Yeah, their dancing is working super well with this.
I wonder what Elvis would think about this.
Yes.
Okay, so AOA stands for Ace of Angels. They originally debuted in 2012 as an 8-member girl group under FNC Entertainment. They debuted with a Transformer concept where they would appear alternately as
They were Transformers.
alternately as an actual rock band who plays their own instruments, and then as a K-pop group. Whoa! So we're about to react to their debut song, Elvis. The concept is that they are fallen angels. That's why they're called Ace of Angels. They actually released 2 different versions. One is them playing their instruments, and it's fully rock. And then this one that we're reacting to is their K-pop music video. Go ahead.
3, 2, 1.
Lucifer is the original fallen angel.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's who Satan is.
Oh.
She struck the landing of the heels.
Wow. That's pretty impressive, actually.
Oh, they literally went with the fallen angel. Like, here it is, smack you in the face. So.
Yeah, it was like a freaking meteor. Ooh, boom, bitch! Oh shit. Oh fuck.
What?
Wow. That intro, nothing like what we're hearing now.
What?
Oh!
I like that, like, they just sound so, like, sassy and taunting. Like, nah, 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 nah,
Yeah.
nah. Like, it's cute, it's just like, nah.
The like MIDI instruments in the background are kind of mimicking their voices too, which is kind of
Ooh,
cool.
I like this part. La la la. That name's like chromaticism. It sounds all sneaky.
It has like the chromatic descent-ish thing, which could mean the descent of the angel to the mortal world.
of angels.
They've got like the Spanish influence
Yeah.
underneath this hip hop beat. I don't know how to. This is very like techno, but that was like a MIDI saxophone or something.
They look like Elvis.
Yeah, they got that Elvis outfit.
Help. Help me. Help. Help me. Help. Help.
I'm still not over this like Latin hip hop vibe they have. See?
It's the guitar.
Yeah. Yeah, that. Yeah, their dancing is working super well with this.
I wonder what Elvis would think about this. If you watched it.
Hey, they're switching back to their instruments.
Oh, they're like, hey, drummer girl, we need you.
Yeah. Hey, Big G, we need a drummer. Go on, send her down. 3, 2, 1. Oh, there she is. Did you get lost on the way? All right, hit the drum. Let's go. Digging that bass.
It very much has like almost like a punk rock aesthetic, if that makes sense, but like borderline. Like I would say like more of a little flavor, a little spice. Because like the chorus right now feels very much like the traditional K-pop chorus, but there's something about it seems a little different.
It's the bass that sounds like Seinfeld.
Hey,
La 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 la. It's Britney Spears. Britney Spears. They like sprinkled some Britney on this.
Yes.
Sounds like Britney Spears.
I was just thinking it sounds like If You Seek Amy. Okay. Is Drummer Girl just there to drum? Because I never see her dancing.
What is this song about?
Elvis did it, don't you know?
Well, what does that mean?
It means Elvis did it, Elvis.
I like this.
little sassy saxophone.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was amazing. So like right off the bat, it was so in your face, and it was so catchy, and the rapping was so good.
There was a rap? There were 2 raps. The beady bitty bum, beady bum bum, beady bitty bum.
Dang, I missed it.
And then like, what? So there. And then like, the strum guitar. What? Where did that come from? And then like, it's just so hype. And you know, sure, towards the second half of the song, it doesn't vary as much. But hey, la 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 la. Right? That's all you need in life.
I don't know. I just really like when there's really good bass. So Eurobeats in general. I thought it was kind of weird to like, because all I can think about is Elvis Presley.
And there's like nothing resembling.
And it's just like nothing. And I think it's because the name is so popular in America that it's just like listening to it. It's just I was very confused every time they hit the chorus.
Well, it's kind of like moves like Jagger.
Oh,
You know, and then you listen to actual Mick Jagger, and it's like country Rolling Stones stuff, and you're like, that's not.
Yeah, that's why it's like if you knew Jagger and then you listen to that, and you're just like, Jagger, why? You know, so like maybe my impression going into this was just like wrong because I brought another culture into this, but like I don't know, I thought it was interesting. They repeated a lot of stuff like the bass line of B flat, D flat, G flat, and F. D da da da, and then they just kept repeating. It is part of the melody line. They kept repeating it to the point where I'm just like, okay, is there gonna be more development? Because like maybe it's just me, but if you repeat something, there needs to be some variation. But even the variation needs to be good too. It can't just be like not following what you've already built. If it's just like out of the blue that has no connection to it, then that could sound very odd. But for this, it's like it sounded very repetitive. But I did enjoy the beats.
Well, musically it was really fun to listen to. It had a lot of cool effects like the bass and the sassy sax but the text doesn't seem too deep, too much meaning. But the video was also really fun to watch. It was like it didn't have a lot of substance, but on the surface level it was really enjoyable.
It's like candy, you know. It's nice and sweet.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
Alright, so it's interesting because I mean the text kind of in a way, because it's like, oh, I fell for you, blah blah blah, and it's like, I guess if one were to consider this a tribute to like the Elvis, I guess he kind of had that effect on people, you know, that I guess that he was just so awesome that he could pull angels from heaven to like, for, you know, them to want him, like the Elvis. Or maybe it's more of a reference to an Elvis type, like maybe the Elvis archetype of a character, of a person. So maybe it's not like the Elvis, but somebody who's like an Elvis, fits into that kind of mold, and how like they would come down from heaven to be with said person, because it's just kind of this raw, lustful love, kind of raunchy, bluesy, jazzy, sexy, saxy, rubba-lubba-dub-dub, you know what I'm saying? Rubba-dubba-dub-dub! So, I don't know, but it was kind of interesting. So that's Jared's guess.
There were so many sounds and like vocalizations of things and them just like making noises. It was just like all over the place, but also not.
Right, and what musically did you feel was all over the place? So it was like not the actual tune, but rather the instrumentals.
Like like I don't know, they were like the vocals, like they had this random spot. They're like they're like standing. I just like have no idea what the idea was behind. If there's a story, which I don't really think there is. I think it's just more like the idea and like the feeling of the music and like it's a good time. Yeah, you know.
Spanish flair hip hop with a little bit of Britney and Sean Kingston thrown in. That's how I describe this song.
Yeah, I don't know. That's basically all the elements. I like the melody choice because the thing is, it's like it's minor, but like it's one of those minor tunes that goes to like a major like middle section very quickly. The way you construct the melody, it has to change with the chords, you know. Yeah,
Some modally mixture.
It ends up creating pretty interesting melodies, like the like it's only like that weird like minor vibe for like a second, then it's just like major, and yeah, that always like if you take it out of context and it's just like what is this melody, you know? It's pretty interesting.
Hello everyone, welcome to our channel if you're new. I'm the channel runner and producer of this series. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you're curious to see what else we're going to react to in the future, go ahead and check the description for a bunch of links that I have to playlists and schedules. Also, please check our Patreon if you want to support us. Patrons get access to unedited, full-length reaction videos, access to exclusive content, as well as early access to all the videos posted on here, and more. So thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.